Now, remember, Irene is a massive storm, and that's something we've got to really emphasize. It's not only big in strength, it's not only a strong storm, but huge in size, too. Tropical storm force winds extending over 250 miles from the center of the storm, and those hurricane force winds about 70 miles from the center of the storm. So this is a monster storm by any stretch of the imagination. It's a major hurricane, and it's also a monster in size, and that's reflected very well over, but it's worth repeating. These storms moving extremely quickly. They are moving at 40, 50 miles per hour. That means if a tornado warning is issued, which we now have for northwestern Columbus County and western sections of Bladen County, that you don't have very long to react. Now, we've known very, very cold. Here's the setup. You got a big polar vortex right now apart across the eastern part of Canada. What that is doing is literally opening the door for polar air, and guess what? That polar air is moving right into southeastern North Carolina and across much of the eastern United States.
Just Eric Davis with us in the studio, though, getting everybody ready for the Christmas forecast and the possibility that we might see some snow. And my request.
Like it matters.
Aw.
Well, like it's going to affect anything.
Well, that's true.
Just Eric Davis with your first alert weather.
And welcome back. One more day with scenes like this across southeastern North Carolina. I'm talking about the sunshine, I'm talking about the warm temperatures, and I'm talking about a lot of people flocking along the beaches. It really is a very nice beach day. Temperatures today will be topping out in the upper 80s, and you certainly need to wear the sunscreen. Remember, though, we've got Tropical Storm Maria well offshore, and it is generating at least some rip currents along the coast. So that is something you want to be aware of if you're thinking about doing some swimming. But I'll assure you, the next few days are not exactly going to be great if you're thinking about heading to the beach. It will be great, though, if you're ready for some real fall weather. 84 right now in the Port City, Whiteville at 84, 86 in Lumberton, 85 degrees in Fayetteville. So with temperatures already running in the mid-80s, it wouldn't be hard to imagine that at least some spots are going to see temperatures at or above the 90-degree mark before the day is over. But if you want to get a sense of what's coming, well, take a look at the national temperature map. Again, 84 degrees in Wilmington, plenty of warmth, those nice warm colors across South Carolina and Georgia down into Florida. But take a look what's going on in Nashville, Tennessee right now. 56 degrees, 53 in Chicago. 51 degrees in Minneapolis. It is fall across a large chunk of the northeastern United States, across the Midwest, and even across the Tennessee and Ohio Valley. And all that cool air is going to be surging into our area as we head through the overnight hours. And we will be talking about high temperatures tomorrow, 15 to 20 degrees cooler than what we're seeing now. We've got the sunshine, but already clouds increasing in the western part of the state. You note most of the moisture, though, this system is staying to the north. So this cold front is not going to be a big rain producer, but we'll probably see at least a few showers and thunderstorms as the front makes its way through the area. The front presently in the western parts of North Carolina. Again, that last surge of warm air ahead of the front. But overall, the cold air is certainly winning this round, and it will be winning in the end. And here's the reason why we might not be talking about cool temperatures, not only for tomorrow, but probably for a couple of days. As we showed you, we've got the warm air moving in now. Here's the cool front. It'll be on our doorstep here as we head through the overnight hours with a chance of a few showers and thunderstorms. And then as the front pushes its way through, here comes the cooler air, and also an area of high pressure building in across the Great Lakes and across New England. And that's going to allow this nice blue color, that cool surge of air. But remember, we have the mountains back across the western part of the state. This cool air at the surface mostly. And what it's going to do is going to bump up against the mountains and probably be forced even further to the south than what we would normally see. And this is going to lock us into a pattern for a couple of days with cool temperatures, light rain, light drizzle, and also overcast conditions. So not only are we talking about a big drop in the temperatures, we're going to be talking about very little sunshine over the next couple of days. Real quickly, Tropical Storm Maria getting close to hurricane status as it's very close to Bermuda, 32.4 north, 67 west as of 11 a.m. But the storm is clearly going to be dying off here in the next 48 hours. May briefly attain hurricane status, but it should become extratropical within 48 hours. So some isolated storms still possible this afternoon, but more likely overnight tonight as we bottom out around 63 degrees. And then tomorrow, 72 for the high, scattered showers, cooler, and look at that northeast wind. That'll be sticking around, it looks like, for a couple of days. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first alert planning forecast, and you can see that the cooler weather not going away anytime soon. 72 with some showers on Saturday, and then as we head towards Sunday, we'll warm things up a little bit, maybe a few clouds, still a little bit of sunshine on Sunday, 77 for the high, but it's going to be a slow climb back, Kim, even by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. We're only going to be talking about highs in the low 80s, certainly nowhere near the 90-degree high that we're likely to see today.
No, I guess it's bye-bye summer.
It is bye-bye summer, at least for now.
All right, thanks, Eric. Well, you know, in the last 20 years, lunch has changed a lot. And in today's Life Watch, reporter Amelia Earhart looks at the evolution and innovation of the school lunch with a professional.
Meteorologist Eric Davis with your first alert weather.
Welcome back. It certainly doesn't take a meteorologist to tell you that it's been very hot and very dry across southeastern North Carolina. Yes, there have been a few exceptions. There was one isolated shower overnight in Bladen County. A few lucky folks seeing a little bit of rain, but by and large, 95% of staying rain-free. And that's probably how it's going to be for the rest of tonight. And this is a picture. The old saying, the picture tells 1,000 words. Well, this is the picture across a large chunk of southeastern North Carolina. I want to thank Candy Sapp from Charlotte for sending this picture in tonight. Wash me. We need rain. We're waiting for rain. I think we all are waiting for some significant rain, but at this point, unless you get extremely lucky, unless you get one of those maybe 1 in 20 chances of some showers and thunderstorms, it looks like most of us are going to stay dry through the weekend, but there may be at least some hope that as we head towards next week, there may be at least better chances of some isolated showers and thunderstorms. At least it's a little bit breezy right now, even though it is very hot currently at the airport. Southwest wind at 16 miles per hour. You can see it is blowing the First Alert battleship camera around. 89 is the current temperature. Humidity levels not as bad as they could be, but the temperature certainly got very warm. 93 the high so far here in Wilmington, and we've seen some temperatures even warmer than that away from the coast. It's even warmer than that right now in Kenansville, 95 degrees, 91 in Fayetteville, Lumberton at 91, and Whiteville just now dropping down to 88 degrees. Right along the immediate coast, we do have a little bit of a sea breeze, so 81 currently at Oak Island and 82 degrees at Myrtle Beach. Yep, we're starting to get that time of the year. We have to start talking about the heat index value. That's the combination of the heat and the humidity. Feels like it's still 93 in Wilmington, which was our high for the day, 92 in Jacksonville, and even some mid-90s showing up on the map. We did see some heat index values at times approaching 100 degrees, and we're probably going to see that tomorrow. I do think tomorrow will be subtly different in the fact that the temperatures may be just a touch cooler tomorrow, but the humidity levels are going to be on the rise. So I think the heat index values tomorrow just as warm as what they were today. Now, a big difference in the temperatures from the eastern part of the state to the western part of the state. Now, Raleigh very hot at 94, 91 in Fayetteville. It's even 95 right now in Washington. But look at Greensboro. Doesn't that look good? 75, 68 in Boone, 79 degrees in Asheville. There's a good explanation for that, and that's the fact there's actually some shower and thunderstorm activity you can see blossoming right now in the western part of the state. And further to the north, severe thunderstorm watch boxes, and quite a few of them stretching all the way from New England right on down into parts of the Ohio Valley. So a lot of thunderstorm activity occurring to our north with a frontal system, which unfortunately will not be making its way into our area anytime soon. We remain under the grips of this big H off your screen, high pressure ridge, ridging its way into eastern and central North Carolina, keeping us hot and dry, putting a lid on the atmosphere, preventing showers and thunderstorms from developing. But back towards the west and back towards our north, a very active weather pattern. So for the rest of tonight, not very optimistic about any showers and thunderstorms around here. There may be one or two stray ones, but most of us staying dry. Clear skies, a low of 70 degrees. Another hot day tomorrow. Humidity levels a little bit higher, but the temperatures maybe just a touch cooler. Sunny skies, a high of 90. As we take a look at the First Alert planning forecast, we are going to back the temperatures off just a little bit for the weekend. 87 on sunny on Saturday. Really couldn't ask for much better beach weather. Partly cloudy, 88 degrees, but I'm afraid that that car is going to still say wash me probably at least through Sunday. Maybe by early next week we can at least put the chance of some isolated showers and thunderstorms back in the forecast. We need to really ramp those rain chances up, as we said, into the 60-70% range, but 20 and 30% is about all we can do. But maybe on Monday about a 1 in 3 chance of a shower or thunderstorm. But overall temperatures remaining above normal, not exceptionally hot, but highs most days upper 80s to around 90 degrees.
Well, a chance of rain is better than no chance at all.
Better than absolutely nothing. But a little bit of rain right now in the western part of the state. We need some of that to move our way. Probably not going to happen.
All right, we can always hope.
That's right.
All right, thanks so much, Eric. Don't forget, WECT is giving away a brand new.
That storm is actually looking more and more. I've been kind of focusing on that storm because it is looking very impressive right now, and it is getting very close to the towns right now of Delway and Harrells. Those towns definitely very much in jeopardy. Look at that hook echo. You can see it very nicely right now showing up on the First Alert digital Doppler. It's that gate-to-gate shear that we're talking about, and again this classic inflow notch which we're seeing, and again the circulation center right about here, and that's going to look at that on velocity. It's really showing up very, very nicely. You've got the greens one direction for the radar, the reds the other direction for the radar. That's the gate-to-gate shear that we're talking about, and this is getting ready to cross Highway 421 right in the vicinity of Delway and Harrell. So again, this is in Sampson County that we're talking about. Very likely a tornado It's certainly very strong indications of it on the Doppler radar. I haven't seen any confirmed reports of it on the ground, but it would not shock me at all. And again, if you are in the towns of Delaware and Harrells, you need to take cover right now because this possible tornado will be crossing right over Highway 421. And Colin, we should probably do a storm track on this particular cell because I'm really getting concerned about it because the shears are just, again, a very impressive looking storm. We've seen this quite a bit today, too many times. And again, as we said, Delaware, it's literally right on top of you. But if this circulation cell holds together, and you can see that classic hook echo, it's really showing up right now very nicely. It's going to be moving up into Duplin County, right in the vicinity of Magnolia, and possibly up around the Kenansville area and Beulaville area. Once again, probably more northern Duplin County, probably a little more in jeopardy with this particular cell. But again, southern Sampson County, and again, this one has got the potential also to cross Interstate 40 if it holds together. But very, very strong signatures with that particular cell.
Strawberry Festival begins today in Chadbourne in Columbus County. Let's check back in with Eric Davis. He is live out there this morning for our weather on the 6s. Eric?
Yeah, Kev, I know we've had a lot of questions about some of the specific things going on at the Strawberry Festival, and I've got just the person to help answer those questions. And that person, Deb Wilson, who's the president of the Strawberry Festival. She's going to tell us all about the events going on this weekend. Now, of course, we all know about strawberries, Strawberry Festival, hot air balloons going on behind us, but there's a lot more to the Strawberry Festival. Why don't you tell us about some of the other big events going on this weekend?
Right. Well, starting in the morning, we're registering for the antique car show and the bike show, and then we have an excellent lineup of entertainment that will start at 9:30 in the morning and run all the way through 9:30 at night. And of course, the Strawberry Festival parade that starts at 2 o'clock. There's just really a lot of something for everybody. We'll have, I understand we're going to have lawnmower races, lots of things for the kids to do, some pony rides, and the weather's going to be great. So everybody just come on out and enjoy it. We'd love to see you. And Eric, we got you all some fresh strawberries right here in Chadbourne.
Fresh strawberries, gotta love that. Especially gotta love the fresh fruit, the local fruit too, with all those high prices at the grocery store. One other question here: how many balloons are we going to have out here this weekend?
I think we have about 26, and there are excursion rides available. Those are by appointment, of course, and then they'll be offering tethered rides, the weather permitting. Of course, yeah.
That means pressure on me. I think that's the translation. I think for the most part we're going to be
ready to go, preparing for hurricane season. Meteorologist Eric Davis is going to tell us a little bit about what you can do to prepare.
10 tied 1995 and 1887 as the third most active season for tropical activity in the Atlantic on record. 5 of these storms became major hurricanes of Category 3 or higher on the Saffir-Simpson scale. Amazingly, none of the major hurricanes made landfall in the United States, and it has now been almost 6 years since a major hurricane made landfall along the coast of the U.S. If hurricane forecasters at Colorado State and NOAA are correct, 2011 could be the year our luck runs out. Most hurricane forecasters agree that both the number of named storms and hurricanes will be above normal. The number of major hurricanes should be well above normal. More ominously, Dr. Phil Klotzbach and his team at Colorado State say there's about a 3 in 4 chance that a major hurricane will strike the U.S. coast. They also say there's about a 50-50 chance a major hurricane will strike the U.S. East Coast. With those kind of odds, now is the time to prepare. You can start by picking up WECT's 2011 Hurricane Survival Guide. We also recommend that you start assembling your hurricane survival kit. Don't wait until a storm is on your doorstep. You may not be able to find the supplies you need to weather the storm. Eric Davis for WECT News.
And with